thanks for listening. You guys are awesome listeners. I really appreciate you. Okay, I've been cleaning out here. Look at this. That's all acorns and sticks. You wouldn't believe the number of sticks that were out here. And they didn't come from these trees. Well, some of them may have, but most of them did not. They got dragged here by a certain dog. This is like the fourth wheelbarrow full of stuff I've shoveled up. It's crazy. I still have more to go, but I got tired of looking out the door and seeing all the sticks and acorns and stuff right out here. So maybe you can see. I need to, the bugs are getting me now. There's a slate pile there left over from when we did our slate kitchen floor. I mean, there are a lot of good tiles there, so, but where do you store it? So it's just been sitting out there. I'm sure you've seen it in my videos before. And we've got this little garden that does not do well, mostly because, as you can see, it doesn't get much sunlight at all. So we try to find plants that will thrive in the shade, but they don't thrive here. Hello, Wilder. He's looking out the window at me. So that's a start. I think what I've always wanted to do, I've never done it, because, oh, sorry, the bugs are getting me. Back behind the garden there, in the trees, there's that, let's see, that rock wall, but in front of it, it's a really pretty area. And at one point, the kids had built a lean-to with branches and stuff against that rock. It's just an outcropping there. I don't know, but I'd like to clean it up there, and then we could put chairs or something there. Not that we'd sit outside at all, because sometimes the bugs get really bad, but, you know, there are nice days. So that's my project this evening. I want to tackle that play set, which the ladder has, over the years, it's just a wooden ladder, and you know what happens to wood, it's not protected. And so I want to replace the ladder, and I want to clean up the slide and get more sand in the sandbox so the grandkids can play. And my grandson comes and he says, "You're going to fix it up, Oma? You're going to fix it up? Did you do it yet, Oma?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't done it yet." Mainly because I don't know how to build a ladder, but I can clean it up and I can paint it again. I don't know if it really needs paint, but it needs to be cleaned up, and the top of the ladder needs to be put in, and a rail on one side. Anyway, that's my plan someday. But for now, I thought I'd clean up, so maybe I get the chainsaw out or something and cut up the fallen trees back there and rake the ground. There's no way grass is going to grow here. As you can see, there's just no sunshine that works its way down here. There's a ground cover, and I'll have to settle for that, but I think I could kind of clean it up here. You can still see there are more sticks laying back there. I didn't go that far. I've just been cleaning right here. That's what I've been doing today. What have you been doing today? Did that sound funny? That's what I've been doing today. What have you been doing today? There, I said it twice. Now you have to comment down below and let me know what you did today. Okay, back to work I go. I look like a crazy lady. Back to work I go. Oh, and while I've been working, I've been listening to an audiobook, Ender's Game. I read it years ago. When did the movie come out? Let's see, the book was published in 95 too. So the movie came out in 2005, because at the end of the book, the author is talking about the book and how he came up with the idea and a lot of information on the storyline. And I think I just heard him say 1985, and he's talking about it being 20 years later when they released the movie. But don't quote me on that. I'd have to look that up. Anyway, when the movie was coming out and I heard Harrison Ford was going to be in it, I said, it was a book? I'd never even heard of the book. So I checked it out from the library, and I read it before seeing the movie. So I read the book, and I watched the movie, and didn't think too much about it. I thought the book was better than the movie. But now I want to watch the movie again, so maybe I should talk my kids. They're adults. Well, Jack's still a kid. Okay. into watching the movie tonight, Ender's Game. But I had to finish listening to the book because it's due back at the library. Oh yeah, I borrowed that from the library too. Anyway, the reason I did was because a friend mentioned it on Facebook and how it was her favorite book. And reading it again, she gets something different from it, especially during these times. And I don't know if she's referring to political times or times with her family or whatnot, but I think either way you could probably relate to it. I have a favorite book that I've read several times, and each time I read it I get something different from it. So I thought, well, I'll give Ender's Game another shot, except I decided that when I head out in the trail in the morning I like to listen to something, so I thought I'll just get the audio version. So now you guys heard this long tale just to tell you about the book, or the audiobook, Ender's Game. I'm almost done with it. Now I'll have to find something else to listen to. I like to listen to stories. I used to listen to music, but I like to listen to stories while I'm out on the trail with Wilder or Piper in the morning, or I just got to keep my mind busy. Otherwise I think sad thoughts. So, yep. Anyway, I am going to have to look for something new to listen to. Oh, I listen to a lot of podcasts too. So if you have a favorite podcast, and I don't want political podcasts, and I don't necessarily like, I like story form. There are a lot of serial stories out there, so yeah, okay, back to work I go. Thanks for listening. You guys are awesome listeners. I really appreciate you. Okay, so we tried to take Wilder to the beach this evening, but we found out Wilder doesn't play well with others. In fact, he doesn't even get close to playing well with others. He sees other dogs and he just starts barking, or people, and he starts barking, and he is a big dog and he pulls at his leash. And part of the reason is that we got him a year ago, and if you remember, that was during COVID, and nobody was going out. You couldn't go anywhere or do anything, and we didn't really get to socialize him much. And then winter came, and other things among it, and he does, well, and we took him out in the Swamp Monster, aka the Tahoe down there, and he may have ridden the back once before, so it was all new to him. When we got to the beach and there were so many people and there were dogs coming, and he just pulled and wanted to get to them. So we have to work on that. Yes, we do. Maybe the best thing, we're going to try again at a different time, but I'm thinking that maybe we should take him for a walk, maybe someplace where it's busy, not too busy, and sit with him on a bench while people, he won't be on the bench, he's too big. Well, I guess he could be on the bench. But just somewhere where there are people walking by, so he can just get used to the idea of other people being around. Because he was really jumping and pulling on that leash, and Erica's strong, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't going to work. So we said, okay, baby steps, right? He's really good with people, but I think it was just so much all at one time. That's my theory. Oh, it's like 11:30 at night. I'm just letting the dogs out. Then I'm putting them to bed for the night. It's been a day. Looks like I didn't get very much more done out here. You probably can't see that. It's just too dark. I'll have to work on it tomorrow or the next day or sometime. I don't know. I may never work on it again. But I got a lot cleaned up. It looks so much better out here. Yep, I'll never have grass though because of those geese. And, the sun doesn't reach the ground here. Piper, do your thing. I want to go to bed. Go do your thing. I gotta encourage her, but she doesn't want to go. Then she'll get me up in the middle of the night or something. Look at you. Look at you. You go pee. Okay, good night, guys. Thanks for watching.